Can each of you just talk about what it means to host the Pac-12 Championship this weekend? Start with you, Coach.
Well, it's a privilege to host a championship, and I think it's also exciting for us. The golf course is in great shape, and we have two seniors playing that are leading the way, so we're excited to host and to have the rest of the conference here to play.
Laura?
I think it's really awesome that we get to host the last tournament before postseason, and that all these really good teams get to come play our home course. And as Sasha and I are seniors, it's really cool that it's, our senior year we're hosting the Pac-12s. So it's really exciting.
Sasha?
Well, basically what Lauren said. No, it's really great that we're hosting Pac-12s. The fact that it's at our home course, Trysting Tree, I feel like we kind of have a home course advantage. And just the fact that it's Pac-12 Conference Championships. Can't really get much better than that on our last year here.
And you not only have the advantage of playing your home course, but it looks like you'll have typical Oregon weather this weekend. Is that an advantage for you as well, Coach?
Yeah, well, I mean, it is and it isn't. We haven't been really competing in a lot of bad weather situations, some wind, but not really rain. Although we're used to rain, obviously. We have all the equipment for rain. But it should be a showery weekend, which I think will work to our advantage. It's not going to be a total downpour. And tomorrow's not, the practice round day is not looking very good. So that's sort of an advantage too.
You're coming off a tournament where you finished ahead of several Pac-12 teams. Does that give you guys some confidence in going into this weekend?
I think so. I think that it showed us what our potential is, and even gave us a glimpse of what we can do. And so it's really good to build off of that for this week.
Coach, you have two players here who have played in every tournament and play this weekend at Trysting Tree. What have they meant to the program and to you? Oh,
gosh. Well, you're going to get me started. No, these are, two of the finest players that we've ever had at Oregon State. And, I'm excited for them to play their final conference championship on their home course. And it's just going to be a great weekend for them. And, after that, we'll see what happens with regionals, but it's going to be sad to lose them because they are two great leaders and great players for us.
What does it mean to you? This is one of your final tournaments in an Oregon State uniform.
It's kind of emotional, just because it's been 4 years, and it's, when you first come in as a freshman, it's like you see this road ahead of you, and it seems really like it's going to last a long time, but it went by really fast. And we found out a couple years ago that we were hosting Pac-12s our senior year, and so now that it's finally here, it's kind of, I can't believe that it's already here and it's happening.
Sasha, your thoughts?
It's actually been very emotional. It's kind of just like an ending to a chapter in my life, and it's just it's sad to see that this will be one of my last tournaments as an Oregon State golfer. And playing with Lauren here and having Coach by our sides, it's gonna be different playing in tournaments without your bag or your uniform. It's just gonna be you solo now.
The two of you played in every tournament since you came to Oregon State, and when all's said and done, you will be 1 and 2 in career rounds played. And Lauren will be first and Sasha will be second because she got DQ'd one round. Your thoughts on that?
Well, I think it's really been just a great experience being able to play. The both of us came in together, and we even lived together our freshman year, and so it was really cool to come in with someone else who, is always pushing you to do better. And for me, it's really fortunate that I had Sasha to do that with, and it's been a really great experience having her there all the time too.
So if you look back at that time you got DQ'd.
Yeah, that was a great day. That was actually my first time ever being DQ'd, and so just got that one spot in that. So.
Okay, let's talk about Trysting Tree. To each of you, what is your favorite hole in the course and why?
It's gonna be a weird hole to pick, but probably number 8. Yeah. It's a dogleg right, and you either go right or you go left, and usually I just go left because I can't hit it that far to cut it across everything. But I think that could be one of it could be a really difficult hole if you don't play it right. And I just like the challenge of where, if you're behind that tree that's just like in the way, you're gonna have to shape your shot. And I feel like that kind of shows who can do it or who can play a different game versus, I'm just gonna chip out. But it's interesting to see the scores on that hole and how people play it. So that would be my favorite hole.
Lauren?
I like number 10, just because it's kind of a deceptively hard hole. Because if your drive isn't in the good spot in the fairway, it makes the approach shot a little difficult. And that green is also kind of interesting because if there's that whole downslope on the right side. So if you fade it a little bit or whatever, it can easily turn into a really bad situation chipping wise. And so it's kind of just and it's a good hole to start the back nine off of too. So I always just liked that hole.
All right, let's play a little game of who's better. Coach, we need your input on this as well.
Okay.
Some might be easy, some might be tough, but if you disagree, that's okay too. Okay, who's the longer hitter?
Oh, me.
Lauren.
Lauren.
Okay, who's it straighter?
I think Seisha. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't really have that much distance to really miss.
Okay, then who has a better short game?
Seisha. Yeah.
Easily?
Not easily, but yeah, statistically.
Okay, and who's better putter?
Seisha.
I think we're pretty fair this year.
Yeah,
You've
they're
been
pretty
putting
evenly.
better. And
evenly
it's,
matched.
My short game's always been it's been a journey. Yeah.
Continues to be.
Yeah.
All right, tough one. Who's the better all-around golfer?
It's totally a tie.
What are you guys' scoring averages this year?
I have no idea.
I don't either. I have it, but they're both like 75 or 74 point something. So they are very equally matched with very different golf games. I mean, Lauren does hit it long. She's pretty consistent. They hit about the same number of greens, same number of putts on average. So
We just have different views. I'll have I'm used to longer clubs into the green versus
as a wedge.
As a wedge.
Yeah. She has a high ball flight, low ball flight, so different games, but scoring-wise, they're equally matched.
Coach, you mentioned regionals a little bit earlier. What does the team need to do this weekend to guarantee a berth in the regionals?
Well, I think they just need to go out and play their game. I mean, I could tell you where they need to finish and all the stats around that, but really what they need to do is to go out, commit to every shot, believe in themselves, trust their choices, and make a lot of good choices. So really the outcome, we don't have any control over as far as what the selection committee is going to do, but we are a bubble team right now, and so if we if it turns out we finish in the top half of the field, that's going to really benefit us. But the only way to get there is really for them to commit on each and every shot and play each and every hole lay everything out there.
And finally, just this is your last chance to give Beaver Nation why they should come out this weekend to Trysting Tree Golf Club to support you guys.
Well, I think it's going to be a great show of golf just because this is one of the most competitive conferences in the country, and it'll be really fun to see how they play on our turf. So I think it'll just be a really good show.
Seisha?
It's kind of what she said. But yeah, you're going to see a lot of really good teams out there, including us. And no, some of these girls have phenomenal games, and it's just kind of amazing to watch at the same time because that some of these girls are going to make it to the LPGA, and you're going to see them on TV. And to have them come to Corvallis and play Trysting Tree, I want to see how it turns out, to see how they play our course.